Is anyone else fasting for this Ramadan? I wish you all the best of luck, so join me in checking out these shocking changes Saudi Arabia has made to their rules for Ramadan. Number 10, no prolonging the prayers. 10 rules that all citizens of the kingdom must follow during the Islamic holy month of Ramadan are outlined in a paper distributed and made public by Abdul Latif Al-Sheikh, the Minister of Islamic Affairs. It is necessary to keep prayers brief. In addition to other fundamental rules, these include the following: completion of the tahajjud prayer in the last 10 days of Ramadan before the dawn call to prayer with a sufficient time so as not to be difficult for the worshippers. Imams and muezzins are not absent except for extreme necessity, and evening prayers or tarawih are not prolonged. I never thought I'd read this out as an official report by the Minister of Islamic Affairs in Saudi Arabia. Seems kind of crazy that they want the prayers to become shorter, and I don't even know how they would enforce that. Number 9, no cameras. Well, actually, it's more like if there are cameras in the mosque, they shouldn't be used to snap pictures of the imam or other worshippers while they are praying. It's stated that recording the imam and worshippers performing the namaz should be avoided since it would diminish the devotion of the worshippers. Additionally, it outlawed the broadcasting of prayers on any kind of media, including social media. The rule states that during prayer times, no cameras are permitted on the mosque grounds. Additionally, it asked visitors not to record. This one I do actually understand, because recording people while they pray just feels weird to me. People should be left in peace as they pray, in my opinion. Number 8, no donations. Donations of any kind should not be accepted for initiatives that provide food to fasting individuals. In a series of directives to mosque staff, the Saudi Arabian Ministry of Islamic Affairs prohibited feasts within mosques and limited imams and muezzins from soliciting money to host iftar dinners. The directives also raised worries about hygienic conditions, which we will talk about later. The notice, which was also posted on the social media platform X, stated that the Ministry of Islamic Affairs, Dawah, and Guidance issues a number of instructions related to mosques during the blessed month of Ramadan 1445 AH. I have no clue why donations were banned when it seems like a pretty selfless act to donate. Number 7, no kids. It is advised against bringing children to mosques as this will disrupt the prayer time. The Grand Mosque in Mecca is no longer open to children under the age of 12, as per the Saudi Arabian Ministry of Hajj and Umrah. Children under the age of 12 do not match the requirements, so no licenses can be provided to them according to the ministry's guidelines. To stop a certain thing from spreading, children in that age group will not be able to use Tawakkalna, the official application for spreading things in the kingdom. The rules stipulated that in order to enter Masjid al-Haram, one must first receive authorization from the Saudi authorities. For the first time since an outbreak began, everyone worshipped shoulder to shoulder at the Grand Mosque since the kingdom lifted the social segregation rules in mid-October. Similar to how non-disabled Muslims who have the resources conduct the Hajj every year, millions of individuals worldwide often attend Umrahs, which can happen at any time. There were only about 60,000 vaccinated Saudis permitted to take part in the yearly Hajj in July. Number 6, no iftar inside mosques. Due to worries about the cleanliness of the mosque grounds after the meal, which is served after a day of fasting, Saudi Arabia has outlawed iftar meals in mosques prior to the holy month of Ramadan. The Saudi government stated that iftar projects should not be carried out inside mosques out of concern for their cleanliness in a notification published by the Ministry of Islamic Affairs. Imams and muezzins should find an appropriate place for iftar in the courtyard of the mosques. And that leads us to number 5, no tents. No temporary rooms or tents should be set up for iftar. One individual disagreed with some elements of the order after it was tweeted, but they could understand the reasoning behind other points. He says the text seems to be censored, but it also underlines that non-Saudi Muslims should not be subjected to any kind of discrimination during Ramadan, adding that Ramadan is a time for worship and celebration. He asked that all Muslims be treated equally, regardless of nationality or race, and that it is crucial to allow for small tents where people can congregate, mingle, and interact. Number 4, ID required. Worshippers need to bring their IDs to do itikaf. Critics have asserted that the new restrictions are an attempt to soften the influence of Islam in an effort to draw in foreign viewers and open up the kingdom's society. Additionally, the nation is progressively bringing music to its citizens and attracting well-known Western artists. What do you guys think about the change? Let us know because we read the comments. Number 3, low volume. In all but the main 2 mosques in Mecca and Medina, the volume has to be kept low. The controversial decree that limits the level of mosque loudspeakers is being defended by Saudi Arabia's Minister of Islamic Affairs, who claims that the measure was triggered by concerns about excessive noise. Sheikh stated that a number of television channels also aired prayers and readings from the Quran, implying that the loudspeakers had a restrictive function. Many in the nation of tens of thousands of mosques applauded the decision to lower the decibel levels. However, the decision also caused anger on social media as a hashtag advocating for the outlawing of loud music in cafes and restaurants began to gather steam. Sheikh claimed that enemies of the kingdom who want to stir public opinion were the ones spreading criticism of the policy. The strategy is in line with the broad liberalization campaign of the de facto ruler, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, which has pushed for a new era of openness with what some have called a de-emphasis on religion. In the incredibly conservative monarchy, the young prince has loosened social restrictions, permitted mixed gender attendance at sporting events and music concerts, and ending long-standing bans on women driving and going to movies. Number 2, prayers are banned from broadcast. The adjustments coincide with broader changes to the place of Islam in public life under the de facto ruler of Saudi Arabia, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who has relaxed certain stringent social regulations while forbidding political criticism. It was too early to tell with certainty how much the kingdom's soundscape was being affected by the new decree. 4 Riyadh locals who were contacted by Reuters claimed that while not all mosques have quieted down, some had. Full-length prayers seem to be being aired from at least 1 mosque just as loudly as previously. Islamic Affairs Minister Abdul Atif al-Sheikh said in a video posted by official broadcaster El Akhbariya that the revisions were made in response to public complaints about excessive volume, particularly those from the elderly and parents whose children's sleep was being disturbed. Those who want to pray don't need to wait for the imam's voice. They should be at the mosque beforehand, he said, adding that there were also several television channels broadcasting prayers still. Number 1, mall hours. The working hours of malls are adjusted so that they are open to everyone in 2 shifts. The first shift begins at 10 a.m. and ends at 5 p.m., and the second shift begins after the Asha prayer and ends at 2 a.m. In contrast, restaurants open early because they typically serve buffets for iftar and suhoor before the al-Maghrib prayer. Working hours will adjust to remain open all day except for the afternoon during the final 10 nights of Ramadan. That's our list. Thanks so much for watching. Give us a follow if you'd like to keep exploring the world with us. I've been your host Yusuf, and I hope you have a fantastic day.